Dave are back from vacation. We are 15 days away.
You're hitting the wire. You're hitting the wire. God damn it, Ralph.
You're hitting like heaven, man.
Terrible.
Take
Absolutely
two.
terrible.
Take two.
Perfect quality.
Wow.
No. Should I just tell him to roll the damn intro?
Right.
No,
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Ralph.
Dave are back from vacation. No, we are just 15 days away from real Saints padded practices. Alvin Kamara beat the law like I just beat that wire. Saints hired an analytics nerd, and we got the dumbest Saints ever Elite 8 bracket to help us get through these last 2 weeks of no Saints football. We're off to a great start. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to the award-winning Saints Happy Hour podcast. Seriously, this podcast has won awards. American standards are dropping every day. The show features Ralph, the best host in the world, who can barely pronounce his own name, much less anyone else's.
Marcus Callaway.
Dave is that dude who loves taking bathroom breaks. He's mad about almost anything, so make sure to lower your volume when he speaks.
Put that freaking clown meme back up that I made. Jesus Christ.
Andrew has sources, watches tapes, and knows football. He rarely shows up on time and wants to commit crimes to help the Saints win.
Sean Payton would have done illegal things. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because you know it's true.
Oh, and there's also Kevin, who is great at doing mock drafts, but struggles to actually watch Saints games or have a functioning relationship.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Anyway, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the insanity.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. We are live on Twitch. I'm not touching the wire. Don't worry, Thomas. If you aren't, follow us on Twitch and remember to subscribe wherever you get your Saints podcast. Search Saints Happy Hour. Smash the like button on YouTube. Also, become an annual patron at patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. You get 2 months for free. Annual patrons get a special welcome gift of our Saints season survival mug. Get one before they run out. We got people in the chat already. Jerry, we got Octoberist, we got Jason Champagne, we got a bunch of people in the chat already. And I want to thank, before we get to the normal open, I want to thank Nikolai. He sent me a letter, wax
I got
wax
the same
sealed, like I was royalty in the 1750s.
Right.
Sending us great booze. Mayhem mead. And he sent me, Dave, how do I say this? Malort. And he apologized. He said, I'm sorry. You should make patrons raise double to drink it. They say that it's horrible. It's the worst thing on earth. It's some sort of Chicago concoction.
So I'm trying to open this bottle right now. How do you open this?
Yeah.
So I got the same letter and I got the 4-pack. Nikolai went a little extra here with these this edition. He wax sealed the bottles. But he was fortunately he was smart enough to wrap it with like a little tape thing so that you can get it open. So if you just pull that tab and twist it, it'll take the wax off. Pull that tab out and it'll unwrap around the wax around the bottle cap.
Yeah, Nikolai, that wasn't very fair for Ralph. That was like Cripple Olympics, Nikolai. We were this close to everybody drinking it on the show but me. I had to bring in my wife.
My wife.
She cracked the bottle over my head, and we poured it into the
I have to tell you guys very quickly. So, quick shout out to Karsten and Henrik. I think they're listening in the basement right now. So
in the house.
You might notice that my background is different. I've been kicked out of my basement because my son and his 2 friends are sleeping down there. And interestingly, they decided they're like, "Oh, we're doing a podcast." They've been in the basement doing a podcast. And I eavesdropped for a little bit, and I'm hearing my son at one point, he goes, Chris Olave, I'm definitely taking him in the first or second round of my mock draft. And
That's adorable.
It's a
My boy was just like me. Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
we got to get our two biggest fans up here making a cameo on our podcast sometime this evening. But also, wait, I'm still talking about Nikolai's beer here because
amazing.
He went so extra
I
here.
still can't open this.
He also, so in addition to doing the wax,
object.
in addition to doing the wax seal,
I'll
he
be
also
back.
obviously has a stamp, a fleur-de-lis stamp. So
That's
he
right.
stamped the bottle top, and that's what he also used to stamp the letter that he sent to Ralph and I. When I was difficult to open with the wax sealing, and obviously
Just touching. It was very touching.
You wax seal it so that way nobody opens it. Like
That's right.
You can only open it one time. I felt like when I was opening, I thought I was going to find out who the next pope was after I was done opening.
That's right. I was worried that he had put poison in it, and I would open it and I would die. He secretly hated me, but we love Nikolai. Nikolai's the best.
Not that lucky, Ralph.
I know I'm not.
Anyway, I don't know why you guys had so much trouble. Mine was very easy to open. I just pulled the tab.
So it's really good, Nikolai.
It's a mead. It's a mead.
It's really good. He suggested that if you have like a Soda Stream or like I may next week get like some club soda and mix like 30% club soda to give it a little sparkle. It's really good. The honey, it's really sweet. But I want to remind
I've moved on to Parish Brewing Okra.
Oh wow.
This was a collaboration they did with Other Half Brewing in New York. So
I'm having just the one. I'm going to have just one every week. This will be the only beer that I'm drinking for the next month is just these that Nicholas sent.
Feel special, Nick.
By the time you're done, it'll be training camp.
It's training camp. Training camp's 2 weeks. So I just want to remind people, our off-season MVP contest is underway. Have you ever wanted to be on the main show and tell Kevin to shut up? Do you enjoy Dave going to the bathroom, or do you want to grill Andrew about his sauces or his bougie vacation? Now you can. The person who donates the most each week gets entered into our drawing to sit in with us on the main show. And if we reach $100 in donations tonight, the MVP will choose which minibar bottle from my gigantic minibar collection that people are sending me to refurbish it. They pick the poison that I'm going to poison myself with. I don't know if these are old that people are sending me, but listeners are sending me Malort. They're sending me black pepper vodka, jalapeno vodka, jalapeno pepper vodka. So, DMs are open on the Discord or on Twitter. Send us alcohol. If you want to sponsor us. We'll gladly drink your alcohol, and we'll even, do special things for you.
I have to say, I was very nervous.
We'll do butt stuff. We'll do
special things.
Kevin will do special thanks to you.
My vacation was awesome. We had a great time, and I was a little worried, I have to say, in the back of my mind, numerous times on this vacation, especially when I would post stuff on social media, I was like, the guys on the podcast are going to find this photo.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to have to answer for this.
Did you miss
a ton of stuff to bring up?
Did you miss a train stop? You tweeted in French something about, do I need to get off? Did you miss a train stop or something?
No.
I got a bunch of stuff, and I there were a couple of times where I was typing up a comment on Facebook or whatever, and I just deleted it, and I was like, you know what? He's on vacation. I don't want to ruin anything. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I'll wait till he gets back, and we'll discuss this on the podcast.
Well, so anyway, I was nervous. I was nervous about getting crushed for a number of things that I did on vacation, but my fears about being called bougie quickly evaporated when I saw on social media pictures of Dave in Turks and Caicos with his family, where clearly it was like staged. They got a photographer to go. They like family pictures on the beach in Turks and Caicos. And I saw it scrolling, and I'm like, oh, thank God. The timing of that could not have been better.
Kevin, me and you were like plebes.
No.
People should donate to the podcast so me and Kevin can have a bougie vacation of our own.
Let's discuss this. First of all, so I did post. Good night. I love you. I did post like 2 photos of my kids in Turks and Caicos, and Todd Graffinini was like, "Oh, that's a lot of Tulane T-shirts," like as a joke. That it's a nice vacation that I'm taking my family on. Let it be clear, okay? I did not pay a dime for this vacation. My father-in-law took my entire family and my wife's entire family, her brothers, their
because
families.
I'm a small
I could not afford
square foot shop.
I could not afford this vacation. Okay, so let's be clear.
How does that make you any less bougie?
That is.
I'm married well. What do you want me to do?
I'm not loaded. My family's loaded. Like, okay.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad we got that out of the way, because speaking of my family being bougie, topic number 1 from the first picture I saw is, I want everybody out there to know Mr. Steven, Andrew's father, has his name on a window in Disney World, in Euro Disney, okay?
That's right,
he is
sure.
immortalized. The Juge family name is immortalized in the Disney franchise, okay?
The sun never sets on the
canon.
Juge
It's
Empire.
Disney canon, okay? That's number 1. It doesn't get much bougier.
That's like $8. It's like $8 American.
Okay. Number 2, I want to know
that
about
counts against my bouginess, though.
I want to know about the tour of this. I want to know about the tour of the PSG stadium, because it looked private and exclusive only to you. Okay, tell me there were other people on that
There are
tour.
other people. There are other people.
Okay. All right.
Actually, believe it or not, that tour was like $30.
Wow.
Per person.
Okay. Well, that looked good.
Mbappe, clean your shoes.
So, but my other question now, I don't know if there's anything behind this. You're also standing in front of a street in Paris called Juge Street. Are you related to?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, totally random.
No.
Okay. All right.
So, Thomas, give us a
You
donation.
haven't even brought up Wimbledon.
Popping the champagne at Wimbledon.
That's right.
I don't know. Is that
Wimbledon, I thought for sure. So
Well,
I didn't.
so
I
know
thought I could
Wimbledon-
just roll up and buy tickets. I didn't realize that
I didn't know
Wimbledon.
that either. Is it
Wimbledon
like
is
the
like-
Masters?
It's like the Masters. It is
Okay.
impossible to
Got
get
it.
tickets.
So
And
then, that's definitely a strike for you now also, because I have never been to the Masters, and I very much want to go to the Masters.
I will say this. So I have a buddy that was in the tournament, and he hooked us up and he got tickets. But we go to the tournament, and my daughter, I take my kids. I get 4 tickets. So I take my kids. And my daughter wants strawberries and cream. And so my buddy's playing, and he's like, his match is about to end. Like, he's in the last set, and like, I want to get it there and watch it. And I have always pictured that strawberries and cream is like, there's like 15 different places that you can walk up to and get strawberries and cream. Well, no, you got to go to like the one spot. So like, I'm walking half a mile. There's like 30 people in line for freaking strawberries. And I'm like, Lila, we're not doing this. I got to go back to match. And then she's like, what, strawberries and cream? So I'm like, fine, we're doing it. And anyway, that was like.
So you missed your friend's match.
I missed most of it, yes.
Did he win it?
I have finally opened this. I feel like
I don't know why
I
you
need a
guys have so much
hazmat
trouble with
suit.
this.
I don't know, man. Like, it feels like, I don't know. I need a mallet and.
That should count against you in the bougie contest, Dave. You're able to open a
Like that.
sealed
Like that.
bottle of liquor with your bare hands. Just like,
I do have
hold the tab and you yank on it a little.
I do have quite a few stouts, wax sealed stout beers aging in my refrigerator.
So is this mead? Is this mead?
Yes, that's what he
It's
says.
like a
it is.
sweet wine, right?
It's
Yes.
great. It's
He
fantastic.
says it's melomel, which is mead.
Fantastic.
Not
Thomas,
gonna lie, not my
Nicola.
favorite.
Thomas,
Not my
donation update.
Damn, I thought you forgot already, Ralph.
No,
so
it's a donation.
last week October is gone, but we failed to reach our donation goal. So Ralph got out of jail scot-free. But tonight, already a few donations already. Muncio with the free
I'll drink it.
with the free Twitch Prime. Also, Mike Bagger with free Twitch Prime. Happy anniversary to me, he says. And also, even Ralph subscribed with Prime
That's
for
right.
free, guys. So you have no excuses.
I only have one good arm. You have no excuses. No
It
excuses.
still doesn't work for me. I don't know why.
No excuses. So the Saints broke the exception proves the rule, Dave. We had good Saints news today in July. Alvin Kamara, he beat the law. His legal troubles fixed. He settled out of court. He's going to pay the guy $105,000 for beating him, pummeling his face in. Now we
And
just
he
got
pleads
to
guilty to a misdemeanor instead of a felony.
like community service, blah, blah, blah. And now all we have to do is wait to see how hard Goodell swings the old discipline hammer.
Pretty hard.
Pretty, like,
6 games? Do you think 6 games?
No, it's not going to be.
Yes.
I say 2 games.
It's
Or
the
maybe 4
Saints,
games.
it's
4 games
Goodell.
appeal down to 2.
Six was like the expectation if he had a felony,
Right.
Yeah.
which he's pleaded out of.
He
So yeah,
barely even touched the guy.
Listen.
I have nothing to base this on
It's
other
just a
than
misdemeanor.
like just what I think's going to happen. But I think he's going to get 2 to 3 games.
2. It's going to be 4. They'll bump it down to 3.
Any chance he gets off completely? No. Suspension?
No.
This is the Saints, Dave.
Here's the thing. It's the Saints. He's getting suspended. He'll probably knowing Goodell, he'll probably stretch it out and just wait for the time when all the Saints running backs are hurt and then be like, Alvin Kamara, 3-game suspension. But listen, Kevin, America doesn't care if another dude beats up another dude. Like, that's the bottom line. I don't think it's going to be more than 3 games.
Listen, we spent most of the offseason expecting 6 games. I'm going to stay on 6 games. And then that way, if Herr Goodell decides to only suspend Kamara for 3,
It's a win.
then it's a win. It's like you walk into a casino and you tell yourself, the money that I'm bringing into the casino belongs to the casino, and whatever I leave with is my winnings.
It's a good
Kevin,
attitude.
Kevin, are you going to say hi to Henrik and Karsten? They're your biggest fans.
Yeah, hang on.
So the Saints
Are they coming up here? Are we doing?
I mean, I don't know.
Andrew,
I don't know what else to say about it. Like, the legal stuff done. Now we just wait for the suspension.
Does that come before the season?
I would.
You think it's the first right from the get go? I would think so, right?
Ideally, I would like to just get it over with. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Just
So,
rip the Band-Aid off.
are you ready? Are we ready to say hi to your biggest fans, Kevin?
Sure.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Well, yeah, we're just waiting on them.
Are they actually
there, or am I?
I thought you were going to get a skateboard.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
He's got it ready.
he's got it ready. It's in the chamber.
What is that? A cowboy? That's no.
He looks like
this doesn't work.
He looks like
That's not the right hat. What are you
No,
doing?
it's not the right hat. All
He
right.
looks like he looks
Barely.
like.
Did your girlfriend leave that over at your house?
How do
Future
you
wife.
do?
There we go.
Much better. Wear it backwards.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
How do you do, fellow kids?
That's why you need. That's why you need to
Your
be on the
Uncle
live.
Kevin here.
That's why you need to
Advising
be.
don't drink and pod.
That's why you need to be on the live stream. And by the way, me and Kevin watched the 1997 game between the Bears and the Saints. We watched it. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be early access video for patrons. That will be on Thursday. Become a patron, you'll get early access. Just saying. The
Here's
Saints
my
game-
advice to you youngsters out there looking to start up a pod. Find the weirdo who's occasionally amusing and use him sparingly.
That could be either. That could be any of us. I'm confused now. I'm confused.
I wish
Come on,
we
Ralph.
used. I wish we
Come
used
on,
Dave
Ralph.
more sparingly.
So, Dave, the Saints made other news this
Yes.
week. They hired an analytics nerd from the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
So I ask you, what's more likely to happen? Dennis Allen listening to the analytics guy's suggestions for 4th downs, or me reading the script correctly and not touching the wire like Thomas asks me to do every single week? What's more likely to happen?
Well, we know you're going to touch the wire, so that's we can throw that one right out the
You
window.
like touching, Ralph.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I don't see Dennis Allen even asking somebody during the game, in some sort of 3rd or 4th down situation. I don't even see him asking, "Hey, what does the book say we should do here?" Let alone listening to that if he doesn't like what the analytics guy says.
My gut is that.
I mean,
Dennis Allen hired a Jets analyst on purpose so that he could ignore him. I mean, of all the teams,
well, no, actually, this is the
what
Costanza.
evidence do we have?
No,
that based on the team that he was associated with, What evidence do we have that this analytics guy knows anything about anything?
Maybe he's doing the Costanza thing where he hires the analytics guy from the Jets, and then whatever this guy says, he does the opposite, and that's the correct answer.
No, but wait a second. If was this Jets analytics guy like offensive based or defensive based?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because hang on a second.
Do they
the
have
Jets
to be
last
one or
year?
the other?
4th and 17. What should we do, nerd? I think we should punt. Okay, sounds good.
Go
Derek,
for
get
it.
in there. Hail Mary.
Are they gonna treat this guy like he's Milton from Office Space?
Hang on a second.
Just don't touch this swing line stapler.
They're gonna keep moving it.
Can you fix the cockroach problem and storage B?
Yeah.
All right. 2 things. One, I bring this up. I asked that question because at the first few weeks of the season, first like 6 weeks or so of the season, the Jets looked pretty good. Breece Hall was doing very well. My mock draft pride and joy, Breece Hall was doing pretty well. Then he got injured, and then the Jets started to like stink it up or whatever. But then 2, why even hire an adult for this job? Literally, all you have to do is grab a college kid who still plays Madden like 10 hours a day and plug him in and then ask him what to do.
Well, honestly, as we're talking about this, I'm being dead serious. Why hasn't this job been eliminated by AI? Like, how is this not? No, I'm serious. Like all you
trust it.
I would. No, I mean, like, seriously, like all you have to do is enter in all past results and like all your plays, and certainly there's got to be something where you could just extrapolate whatever. Like, I don't even know why you need a person to.
Can you run that on the Surface tablet during the game, Andrew? Is that against the rules?
No. Suddenly, all the defensive players will have a 6th finger.
I just have to say this whole analytics thing over the course of this offseason has made me really uncomfortable because first off, Sean Payton goes to Denver and he goes out there publicly and he says, the Broncos analytics is light years ahead of the Saints.
just
light years ahead of what? Yeah, just completely shat all over the Saints analytics department. And then after that, the Saints are like, yeah, we should probably hire a dude. And they get a guy from the Jets. So like it just goes from worse to worse.
That's the worst.
The Saints have basically just admitted that the Jets do something better than they do. After Sean Payton said the Saints were terrible at it.
What would be a worse team to hire than the Jets?
The Jaguars.
No, the Jaguars.
No, I would hire from the Jaguars before the Jets.
Maybe
the Browns.
Brown.
There you go.
Oh, don't worry, Kevin. Our defensive coordinator came from there.
Heyo.
Would have been nice if our former head coach had come from there.
Raiders?
No, I meant the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Peterson, they gave him a Zoom. They gave him a 20-minute Zoom.
Right. They gave him a Zoom call.
What do you want? What do you want?
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I think who dat 439 is correct. The answer is the Texans.
Ooh,
come here.
Yeah, correct.
Or the Bears. Come
here, Max. You don't have any clothes on. It's fine. Look at this.
Why are you raising children to just wander in the home without clothes on, Ralph?
He doesn't. Do you guys have AC yet? That's probably why he doesn't have a shirt on.
Yeah, he's got AC.
No, they got AC fixed. Ralph's kid just got used to it, and he's just wandering the house like a
homeless kid. Homeless.
I don't know. I can't say it. I can't think of it right now.
Just home.
Can't think of the right term.
That mead's going straight to Kevin's head.
That's right.
Straight to the
losing
dome.
my vocabulary.
Straight to the dome. We don't even know what the alcohol content on this stuff is. And usually on the sweet stuff, it can be pretty high.
It can be pretty high. Like it's alcohol. It tastes like alcohol and honey is what it tastes like.
This could be like up to 15%.
Thomas,
I'm surprised that you're not on like your 4th one, Ralph.
Well, it was so hard to open.
Honey alcohol.
It was so hard to open with the wax seal, Andrew. I mean,
anywhere from 6% to 20%, Dave.
Right.
So, Thomas, donation update. Am I going to have to drink this?
The Malort. Come on.
Malort. Am I going to have to drink the Malort? People, you need to get on it if you want me to drink the Malort.
I don't know, man. No new donations, so Mike Bagga is still in the lead with.
What do we got to do?
Only
With a simple
1,500.
donate.
Come on,
Mr.
people,
Juge.
donate.
You're immortalized in Euro Disney. Come on.
Let him suffer, guys.
Mick, I will suffer for the podcast. Listen, Thomas, it's time for the dumbest Saints bracket, the Elite Eight.
You should bring Max back.
I
so
should have
he
brought
can
him back.
announce it live.
So he can announce it live. What I even forgot. We got so off track before the show. I forgot. Are we doing 4 matchups this week or 2? I forgot.
4 matchups, yeah.
4 matchups. So what do we got? What do we got our first matchup? Oh, you're clothed now. You're clothed. That's nice. So what's our first matchup? Thomas.
Maybe do a quick recap.
Wait.
Ralph,
If Max is here, can he say it live? Can he say these names live?
No. He's got to get. So I can't. This screen is too small. I can't even read
I got it. You want me to
You
say
got
it?
it. Go. Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. Junior Galette beat Adrian McPherson. Keith Poole went over Lorenzo Neal. Ealy and Kapanui had the upset
Kapanui.
over Aaron Brooks. And Albert Connell defeated Jim Finks in the opening round. Mostly chalk. Other side of the bracket, Sullivan and Jackson went over George Rogers. John Mecom, the former owner, went over Bum Phillips, former coach. Andre Royal bested a sturdy challenge from Brew Drees. And Mike Ditka bested Joe Morgan. So,
And by the way, I can't stress this enough. Become a patron, get early access to me and Kevin watching the Saints Bears from 1997. Ditka before and after the game was just incredible. And Uncle Vern did the play-by-play, incredible. So, just want to say. So, Thomas, first matchup. Let's go.
Let's see who's bigger dummy. Junior Galette first. Keith Poole.
I feel like this matchup here, whoever wins this has a real shot to win the thing. Because you got Junior Galette. Let's go through his litany of things. And by the way, Junior Galette kind of made Dave internet famous. Dave made a collage.
Do we have that for this round? Did we pull
Thomas, do we have the collage for this round?
No, we don't.
We don't.
Jesus.
So Thomas. Dave made
one job.
Dave made a collage of Junior Galette on the beach with the belt.
You better hope he moves on now, Thomas.
You got that. You got him with the lady. He didn't pay.
He's the final answer.
He didn't pay. He didn't pay the women. He didn't pay the women folk, and they ratted him out. Take care of your women, Junior. And then you got on the other end, Kevin. You got Keith Poole, a wide receiver in the NFL who couldn't outrun the Wisconsin lacrosse Wisconsin. He couldn't outrun the lacrosse Wisconsin PD and got arrested in training camp
for attacking a man with a golf club.
That's right.
Yeah. So on one hand, as a receiver for the Saints, when you can't outrun the police and they chase you down on foot, that's a really bad sign. But Junior Galette, I mean, I don't know. The video that he took of himself, clearly intoxicated, with this whole cut the check Mickey rant.
That's right. Oh yeah. That's right.
I don't know that will ever be topped.
And by the way, just to make sure that people understand the depths of Junior Galette's stupidity, he DM'd with Andrew regularly on the Twitters, yelling at Andrew.
Andrew put his life at risk.
Yeah.
Yelling at Andrew, telling Andrew that Andrew didn't know what he was watching and he didn't understand football. So that alone, for me, I'm voting Junior Galette here.
The most vitriol I've ever gotten for my player grades, with players legitimately getting mad and DMing me, were Junior Galette and Keenan Lewis. Those two. Yeah.
Another video social media star, Keenan Lewis. He could have made. He was close to squeezing into this competition.
I mean, not that I don't think Junior Galette isn't the heavy favorite here and deserves to win, but I mean, just to play devil's advocate here, he did get paid, right? He did get all that money.
He did get the check cashed.
He fleeced the Saints.
Yeah.
He did.
So maybe not as dumb as we think. I don't know.
I don't
So
know. I
who-
think he spent all that money by now easily.
All right. So I voted Galette. Dave, who do you vote for?
He spent
Well,
the
I have to vote
bells.
for. I have to vote for Galette so our producer can catch up and come up with the correct graphics.
Do your job.
It's not that easy to find, man. Oh, damn.
Cut that meat.
I can
Whoa.
give it to you. I can give it.
Budrich from the top row.
Big donation from Budrich. 3K bits. Damn, Budrich.
Wow. Thank you.
He
Does
Buddy.
that
said-
mean
he
Ralph
said
has to
training
take
camp-
that to the face?
Not
No, he's
yet.
probably more than halfway there now.
He said training camp cannot come soon enough. The trivia master.
That's right. Trivia.
legend.
Thanks for the trivia. We won't have the trivia this week, Butters, but keep sending them. We love your trivia. You're the best. Make them easy.
I'm also voting for Junior Galette.
Kevin, will you make it a clean sweep?
It will be a clean sweep for Junior
All right.
Galette.
Thomas, make it official.
Flawless victory.
And the winner is Junior Galette.
There we go. Junior Galette's just marching on. He's just marching on through. So, Thomas, what's our next matchup?
All right, next matchup already, you say.
All right, we need 5,000 more bits. Come on, let's go.
Let's
Get
go.
ready
Come
for
on.
the next battle.
I'm scared of the
Ryan
Malort.
Early
Malort.
and
I'm scared of it.
Connell
Malort.
Compute.
Malort.
First,
I love the
Albert
picture.
Connell.
I mean,
Did we have
Thomas.
that picture last week? I don't remember that.
Yeah, same one.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas is the best, man.
I think I might have been getting a drink.
All right, so Ealy and Kapanui, for
Bye,
those of you that forgot, those were two camp bodies that were never expected to make the Saints team, but their exit from the team happened much quicker because they were drunk and disorderly.
They were.
And they were peeing in a bush, and someone pulled over a lady and told them to stop peeing in the bush, and they turned around and I guess
Showed her to the business.
yes, exposed themselves. And they were cut the next morning after being arrested. Is that right?
That's right.
They spend the night in jail. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was pretty dumb. But then Albert Connell, you have a guy that stole money from Deuce McAllister, stole cash from his locker room and his car. After getting a $10 million contract, so he
That's
really
right.
needed the money.
Was the Saints marquee free agent signing of 2001, by the way. Let's not forget that. Like he was the one that's like, oh, that's the move. They signed Albert Connell. He's going to be opposite Joe Horn. We're going to have a great receiving core. Like he was the marquee free agent signing of 2001.
This one is really tough for me. I'm gonna have to listen to some arguments because I'm 50-50 here.
I feel like on the Albert Connell is iconic. Like you can just mention his name to any Saints fan, probably over the age of 30, and they immediately know who he is. And he only caught one touchdown in his entire Saints career. So I just feel like Ealy and Kapanui, like it's funny and it's interesting and it's dumb because they got cut the next day. But like Albert Connell, like you can argue he should win this entire competition. Like you just mentioned his name. People know who he is because he stole money out of Deuce's locker. I gotta go.
Wait, but aren't you making an argument for Aaron Brooks winning this whole thing? The way you explain that?
I mean, kinda. Like if you want to make a Mount Rushmore of stupid for the Saints, I mean, I'm not gonna say Aaron Brooks wouldn't be on it. I'm just saying Albert Connell would definitely be on it.
I mean, I guess Albert Connell, the stakes are higher for him, I guess, because like you said, he had more of a future ahead of him. Like Ealy, Kapanui, they really weren't probably going to make the roster, right?
Yeah, like if they don't pee in the bushes and expose themselves, like they're getting cut all the same.
Yeah. Honestly, you could make the argument that
Hi.
if they hadn't, hello, Max. You could make the argument that if they hadn't pissed in the bush and exposed themselves and gotten arrested,
We wouldn't even know
would
if they
have
were.
never remembered them.
Yeah,
We
but
wouldn't even know those
100%.
guys.
But they are-
100%.
But they're only remembered because we are the content kings in the summer, and we have created a Saints bracket to fill the summer months. That's the only reason they're known. They're not like Albert Connell is just he would be known without this bracket.
But that's Dave's point. I think he's saying, and you could argue that it was smart of Ealy and Kapanui to be in the bush and get caught.
Best
because
thing they ever
we're
did.
still talking about them today in 2023. They still live in infamy. Whereas if they hadn't done that, they would have been caught at the end of camp and never thought of again.
FDR, Kevin. He wasn't talking about Pearl Harbor. He was talking about two guys peeing in the bush when he mentioned the day that will live in infamy. I vote Connell. What do you people vote? Dave.
I'll vote Connell too.
Kevin, who do you vote for?
I'm going with Connell, even if it was a quote unquote prank, he still went and did it, and it was still
That was
dumb
no
to do.
prank. That was not a prank. Andrew.
At best, it was a prank, and it was still dumb.
I'll throw a vote to Ealy and Kapanui.
3-1. Thomas, make it official.
And the winner is Albert Connell.
Wow. This is chalk. I mean, this tournament's chalk. Choo-choo. Butter says choo-choo. I mean, the thing is...
This is not chalk. You had a 13 seed against a 5 seed.
Yeah, but it's
and the 4 seed is the one that's supposed to come out of that side of the bracket.
But it's going to be 1 and 5, and we'll get to the other side. Thomas, another thing, you got to get Dave's collage for next week of Junior on the beach, and you got to get Albert Connell. You got to get his 1 touchdown catch from the Saints, 2001 Buffalo Bills. It's amazing. You find it on the YouTubes. It's incredible.
He touched the wire again.
You prick.
Drink. Here's the thing. I think we need to institute an additional rule that Ralph needs to take a shot if he touches the wire.
Touch the wire.
I think you need to drink the Malort.
We'll see. Wait, Thomas, where are we? We got a donation update before you make it official.
Donation update in the middle of the bracket. So tons of new donations. Thanks again to Budrich for 3K bits, the new MVP leader. October has had his eyes on the MVP again. He donated 1K bits and said Juge moving. October said Juge moving to Virginia this week. Thanks again, Budrich, for another 1K bits. He says, easier trivia? Man, I will just provide confusing ones. Oh man, don't do it.
October said it's Prime Day and Walmart Day. Get some goddamn audio equipment.
Also, thanks to the Wicker Man for 200 bits and to Andrew for 200 bits.
By the way, Wicker Man, he donated the black pepper vodka and the jalapeno pepper vodka from last week. People just send them in.
Which we're never going to taste if you don't start donating.
That's right. But when we're restocking my wife.
Dave, you were gone. You were probably in the bathroom when I said this.
I was going to get
when you were in the bathroom.
Rum.
When you were fingering your rum, Ralph touched the wire again.
No, I'm not.
And so you missed that. And my point was
I wouldn't say I missed it.
I think that Ralph should have to drink something in addition to what they donate. Mm-hmm. You know, that he has to drink when he touches the wire.
Here's the thing, though, that worries me about that, Andrew, is touching the wire and having a drink could create a vicious spiral.
Well, that's the only way you're going to learn, bro.
The more I drink, the more I touch the wire. The more I touch the wire, the more I have to drink, and it's just
I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with this.
Yeah, what's the problem here?
Well, as a compromise, maybe we can see if we don't get to the donation level by the end of the show, then you have to drink one of them.
I'll drink one of them.
The wire.
Thomas, make it official with Albert Connell.
I mean, I already did.
I think we already did that, buddy. We're on to the next one.
All right,
he was doing that while you were
on to Cincinnati.
We're on to Cincinnati.
I was getting rum out of the toilet in my bathroom, and I even knew that.
we have a
Hey, hold on. What rum you got there, Dave?
This is plantation pineapple.
Wow, classic.
I did come back. I came back with 2 from Turks and Caicos They as gifts in your room. They give you a bottle of rum.
Whoa!
It's Edwin.
Sounds bougie.
That is some boozy ass shit.
Well, actually they gave him to my
Wow.
father-in-law because he was the one that paid. So they were both in his room. He just gave them to me. But they were Edwin Charlie brand, and apparently that's something that you can't even. Apparently that's an old brand that they revived because to keep up with supply chain issues for hotels. And it's not something you can get here in the States. But I mean, it's nothing special, but it's just a regular gold rum. But it is unavailable in the States because it says on the bottle 18 and above. So you know it's it's not made in America.
Thomas, what is our next matchup?
Pay close attention to this one. Jonathan Sullivan and Gary Jackson against John Mecom.
I like how he's doing color. Matt, you got Max to do a little color too.
Yeah,
Hey, close attention to this one, kids.
If only he could say Gravy Jackson properly.
Gravy
right.
Jackson.
Listen, this one, the buffet, eating the media buffet before the Falcons game, Jonathan Sullivan, Gravy Jackson. It's incredibly stupid. But here's my thing with that. That's a one-time act of stupidity. And I know Jonathan Sullivan was bad at football and the Saints traded up to get him, but that doesn't necessarily equate to being dumb. John Mecom, he was a horrible owner. 7 coaches in 20 years. No winning seasons. He got fleeced by Carol Rosenblum, the owner of the Colts, 2 separate times. Kevin, we talked about this on Twitter. The Saints in 1967 had the first overall pick. They could have selected Hightower from Police Academy. The Saints could have had Hightower. They could have had Hightower from Police Academy. Iconic movie, great comedy movies. I watched all 5 of them. They played them.
And we chose the radio guy.
They were more
And
than
they-
five.
The sounds
They were
guy.
like 8 or 9.
And they chose to trade with the Colts for a backup quarterback, Gary Quazzo, who was awful. We could have had Hightower. You'd think the Saints, after they did that, would learn, don't trade with the Colts. They're fleecing us. But no. They did it again in 1973. They had the Saints had the number 2 pick. And they had Archie Manning, so they're like, we don't need to draft a quarterback. Burt Jones is the guy. So the Colts were like, hey, we'll give you Billy Newsome as for the pick. The Saints had the first overall pick, and they didn't even have a pick in the first round. The Colts gave them Billy Newsome, and the Colts picked 1st and 8th and got Burt Jones and another dude. Joel Bushbaum,
They picked 1st and 10th.
First, the Colts did, right?
Yeah, 1st and 10th.
1st and 10th.
2nd and 10th. Sorry. 2nd and 10th.
2nd and 10th. The Joel Bushbaum, the great scout writer for Pro Football Weekly, called it the worst trade of the last 50 years in the NFL in the early 2000s. So he got fleeced twice by the Colts. Twice.
Well, he's not the GM though, right? He's just
Nobody's the owner, and he's terrible. And and this is the most incredible thing with John Mecom. When he bought the Saints, he was 26 and he used his dad's money. The 60s were wild. They're like, let's give a team to a 26-year-old that used his dad's oil money. It'll be fine. And it wasn't.
I feel like at 26 I could have done a pretty good job. But better than him. Better than him.
I mean,
The
I
sun
took over
never
my
sets
store
on the
when
Jewish
I was
Empire.
27. Not that it's a team, but it's a business. I mean,
Oh, and by the way,
So
Andrew, your dad said Burt Jones, 1976 MVP of the league. By the way.
Well,
Thank you, Mr.
I will
Juge.
say this. Mecom bought the Saints. First of all, the Saints don't exist in New Orleans today without John Mecom. So as bad as he was, and as terrible as he was, we've got to at least thank him for the reality.
do you know that
Saints
nobody else could have bought this team? I
No,
don't know
that
if
is
you
not
can say
true.
that.
We owe the Saints because Hale Boggs was the House committee chairman that oversaw the TV rights, and the NFL needed antitrust exemption to do their TV deal. And Hal Boggs said, that's a nice TV deal you got there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. But if you gave New Orleans a team, maybe it could go through. And that's the fact. Like, that's how the Saints got a team. Like, they just had to pick an owner after the NFL gave New Orleans a team, so they could get their antitrust exemption through. But
Fair
so
enough.
like
Louisiana extorted them. I love it.
the only time Louisiana politician extorted someone for the public good. Amazing.
That tracks.
That does track. Mecom bought the team for $8.5 million in 1966. 18 years later, he sold them for $75 million. All right, so almost 10 times the price.
Yeah.
The Saints today are worth $3.5 billion. So I don't know, pretty good business move. Like if you look at the arc of the investment and the return that he got, like that's a lot, doing a lot better than the four of us combined. That's for sure.
Maybe
making a little bit more money than this podcast is churning out.
Well, I don't know. Some of us are going to Wimbledon.
You like my Wimbledon hat, by the way?
Yeah.
I'm sure like
how many pounds did that cost?
No, it was probably like $5 because that's how these rich bougie events like Augusta and Wimbledon do it. It costs you $20,000 to get in, but once you're in, everything's like free. Like the pimento cheese sandwiches are like $2, or a hamburger, or water is free, or
how much was the strawberries and cream or whatever the hell it was?
No, it's like 8 pounds.
So like $20,
like $10, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna vote for. Look, I don't really understand why Grady Jackson is on this. I'll just say, like,
it was a fail by the committee. Failed.
Yeah, I feel like Jonathan Sullivan.
That's right.
Jonathan Sullivan on his own. I feel like you put Jonathan Sullivan in this tournament, and then you just picked another fat guy to throw on top of him, and like. I think Jonathan Sullivan on his own would have been more powerful, but I'm still picking Sullivan because Sullivan stuffed food and trash in his cabinets in his home, and like I think I know that there's Ersklavin and there's Sean Knight. I mean, there's a lot of old picks that you can point to, but. Man, they traded up and they gave up 2 first-round picks. You want to talk about Marcus 2 firsts? They gave up 2 firsts for Sullivan. And I promise you that for those of you that didn't know Jonathan Sullivan, Davenport
Hall of Fame
is a Hall of Fame Saints player compared to Sullivan. All right.
Right.
And on top of that, Sullivan gets suspended. So he's in street clothes. And he goes up to the top of the Superdome. And he hits the buffet because he heard there was free food upstairs. And it's like an area where players aren't allowed. And he goes anyway because he can't resist a meal. Like, I mean, it's just as bad as it gets. As bad as it gets. It's embarrassing that they drafted him. It's embarrassing that they gave up 2 first-round picks to go up and get him. What did he end with, Ralph? 1 sack in his NFL career?
Yeah, and they traded him. Yeah, 1 second. They traded him.
That's a good trivia question. Which quarterback did Jonathan Sullivan sack in his NFL career?
They traded him with New England. They swapped him for a player. It was terrible. And by the way, people in the chat are complimenting Thomas. So I'll say Jason Champagne in October. The graphics, Thomas, for this incredible.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going Jonathan Sullivan, and I vote to remove Grady Jackson.
Wow, Dave, who you got?
So wait, John Mecom was the owner from the inaugural season, 67 through
85.
So when he sold it to Benson.
In 85.
So all those years they were winless. Every time he never won a season. I just kind of feel like, both are obvious. I mean, the Sullivan situation, embarrassing, disappointing, 2 first-round draft picks. But it kind of just only affects him. The draft class, whatever. I mean, Mecom, you're talking about something that was pervasive over 20 years. I
forgot something else. Dave. In 1969, NFL free agency was illegal, but the Saints signed a San Francisco free agent. And the NFL was like, that's against the rules, Saints. So the 49ers, the guy you just picked in the first round, they get him.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I don't know, just Mecom's effect is further reaching, much further reaching over a longer span of time, and for that, it's worse. So I'm going to say
Mecom effect.
Guys, I just found it. So technically, he has. You're not going to freaking believe this.
Did he
There's
have no
two.
sack?
There's two facts about Jonathan Sullivan right now. So first of all, career he has 1.5 sacks.
Oh, that's more than
So he
I
had
thought.
1 sack in one game. He had a half sack in a different game. But so I'm just going to talk about the game where he had 1 sack. You guys aren't going to.
The trivia question is who did he share a half sack with for his other?
No, yeah, that's another good one. So first of all, I just want to say very quickly, and he went to high school at Hargrave Military Academy, which is about 2 hours down the road from me here in Charlottesville, and I've coached against their tennis team. So I have coached against the tennis high school of Jonathan Sullivan. Little known fact there. You're not going to freaking believe. I'm going to let all three of you guess. Who was his first career sack against? Which quarterback? You will not freaking believe this.
What year is this?
This is unbelievable.
The year?
What year?
This will blow your mind.
What year is this? What year is this?
2003.
2003.
Badridge knows.
Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. Do not look at the chat.
It's too
Do
late.
not look at the chat.
I'm going to
not
say
looking at it.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It was like would it have been like Peyton
I
Manning?
have the answer in my soundbite.
2003.
Would it have been like Peyton Manning?
Oh, I looked. Oh shit! I looked at the chat.
David freaking Carr.
Oh.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Current Saints quarterback, David.
Derek
Sorry, don't
Carr's
repeat itself,
brother
but it
was
rhymes.
Sullivan's only sack.
Wow.
Current Saints quarterback, David.
Only solo sack.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible. That's great. David Carr was on what team? Houston? Was
The
Houston
Texans.
around? They were around?
Texans.
Even-
Wow.
Wait, that reminds me. We were talking about Virginia, your hometown. Andrew, I learned something the other day. I read on Reddit that you guys
This
in Virginia.
is in my hometown.
Well, you're okay. Sorry, correct. Well, it is now.
Paris is his hometown.
Let's use our words carefully here.
Okay, your current home, your current location.
God, you hate UVA so much.
Anyway, so what in Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, the state of Virginia, you guys don't have bars. Like you can only serve alcohol wherever you serve food. Is that correct? Is this correct? There are you can't just go to the corner neighborhood bar and have a drink.
There are bars. They
It's the
have
anti-New Orleans.
They have to serve food by law. And I think the law is that they have 51% of their sales have to be food. So
Wow.
this is
Fun
interesting.
fact. I just learned
This is interesting.
Yes,
a lot of I know this because I play softball and a lot of bars will sponsor us and we'll go to the bars after the games. And the way they get around it is a lot of them will, if you order a mixed drink, they will ring it up as food and they will charge you for a soda. And so they'll charge you, basically you get like a rum and Coke and they'll charge you $18 for a Coke.
And a bag of pretzels.
That's how they get around it.
$18 for a Coke?
Wow.
Shit. This Coke better give you superpowers.
It's got rum in it.
I think it does. Yeah.
That's
Venezuelan
type inflation for a
For a
Coke.
rum and Coke?
Yeah, if it's Smith and Cross, worth it.
Jesus.
Just
Am
kidding.
I going to
It's not
learn how to
good.
speak? Will I drink this and spontaneously learn how to speak Mandarin? $18?
I'm not.
Get outta here.
I'm not used to these puritanic laws. This is all very foreign to me. This is very weird. Like, what the hell?
Are you guys
Other
ready for who he got his half sack against?
I want to know who he got it against and with.
He shared it with Darren Howard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. All right.
And I'm actually not clear if he sacked Brian Greasy or Chris Sims because they were both in the game and they both got sacked.
Wow.
So I don't know which quarterback.
You got to go to the NFL playbook
What
and
game
go
was
and look
it?
at the
What game
playbook.
was it?
Chris Sims humiliates himself on a daily basis, and that's the most humiliating thing I've ever heard about him.
Kevin, can you figure this out?
Yeah, what game was it?
This was Saints Bucks on Sunday, October 10th, 2004.
Yeah, it's funny. Other Saints podcasts and content people are like,
All right,
we don't have any content to do. We're so deep in the weeds. We're talking Jonathan Sullivan sacks. That's what you get from Saints.
So John Mecom, Ralph says John Mecom.
I'm
Andrew
going Sullivan.
says Sullivan. Kevin, what are you voting?
What are you voting?
So
Post your votes in the chat, guys.
Yes, right. Post your votes in the chat.
So in reference to Ralph talking about how the Saints had traded with the Colts again in 1973. Boy, it'd be nice if this thing would jump up.
Ulrich says it's greasy.
Yeah. I should have just asked Budrich,
Right.
not asked you.
You should have asked the Saints AI.
Yeah.
Saints AI.
Ulrich
So the
GPT.
Saints- All right.
Butter GPT.
Budrich
You
GPT.
want to keep interrupting, Dave?
Yes, I do, because it's good.
Okay.
This is good stuff. This is quality.
All right. Well, you got to make up for lost time, I guess. So
I
the
guess.
Saints ended up drafting Derlin Moore out of Oklahoma in the second round. He did okay.
Yeah, Saints Hall of Famer. Better than okay.
Okay. But the 1973 draft.
You're still voting?
Hang on a second. I need to make this point. The 1973 Saints draft is notable for dorks like me because in the 12th round, with the 289th overall pick, the Saints selected running back Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Oh, wow.
Wait. I thought Kevin O'Leary was Mr. Wonderful.
You know what? That was
Shark
enough to convince me that Kevin is now fit to be head of analytics for the Saints. Fire the Jets guy, hire Kevin.
Hire Kevin.
But still the George Costanza thing. Whatever Kevin says, do the opposite.
Yeah.
We're still sticking with that, though.
That still applies.
That's still
Instead
implied.
of stepping into a batting cage with a bat, they're just going to put the ball in my arm and I'm just going to like cradle it.
All right, please
I will
fucking
go.
vote.
I will
Jesus Christ.
I'm voting John Mecom.
Took longer than opening Nikolai's wax letter.
All right, Thomas. Make it official. Who won?
I mean, who did they vote for?
Mecom, holy shit! I voted for him 3 times.
All right, let's make it
I think that's
official
illegal.
And the winner is
Not in Louisiana.
John Mecom.
There we go.
Is it illegal to vote multiple times in Turks and Caracas or whatever the hell
Turks
you
and
went to?
Caicos. By the way, you know what I did learn? We took a little boat ride and we got to meet some locals. By the way,
Sounds bougie.
There's a
Very bougie.
There's a beaches boat tour guide who's wearing a Tulane hat now out there. So, but $200,000. All you got to do is buy a property on the island for $200,000. You get automatic citizenship, and then you
sorry, Ralph. Repeat that, please.
Citizenship.
Ralph can't say anyone's name right.
And then you can open a bank account and you can start avoiding U.S. government taxes.
Oh wow! Does the $200,000 include a house, or is it just property?
Whatever you can get for $200,000, I guess.
Wow. Speaking of $200,000, Thomas, what's the last matchup that we have tonight?
All right, the final matchup of the show.
This fight is gonna be epic. Andre Royal against Mike Ditka.
See, Thomas, before we get to the matchup, give us a quick donation update. Where we just give us a number. How much
Thomas,
we need?
do you have a day job that you even had time to put all these graphics together? Like,
No, we pay.
get a life, Thomas.
No, Dave. We need more patrons to
Making it
finance it, so we can keep the best producer in the world. Where are we, Thomas? Give us a quick number update. How far away from me?
Oh
me
damn!
checking
Speaking of which, not Heath Schuler has gifted 5 T1 gift subs, and that brings us to around 1K away from the goal.
Get.
This is your time. Oh, he touched the fucking wire. God damn.
I did not. I
He
did
touched
not.
the wire. Yes,
I
you
did not.
did. You touched the wire.
Moses
Off the wire.
leads
The
way.
wire never lies. Okay, the wire
not.
never lies.
I did.
This is your time to shine, Mr. Jude. I'm just saying, we're 1K away.
This is
Time to
your
just
time to shine.
bring it
Andrew doesn't
bring
need
us
any.
over the line.
Andrew
us
doesn't
home.
need it. Andrew doesn't need any inheritance. I need to drink this vileness. So this one.
I'm going to get a drink.
I got to say this, Kevin. The Ditka, the game we watched, the 1997 Saints Bears game that we watched from TNT, Sunday Nitro from 97. I'm biased because Ditka was an absolute disaster in that game. Like the Saints were just abomination. Keith Schuler went into that game Wow.
Drink up, baby.
Drink it before Jude comes back.
So Thomas, who's the MVP? Who gets to pick? And what do they want?
The MVP leader is Butteridge right now. Also, thanks to Jason Champagne for gifting a sub.
What do you want us to drink, Butteridge? You want me to drink the Malort? Malort. I'm scared of this. Malort.
Well, not that he does. He know what his other options are.
Not that he Schuler donated $30. We got the black pepper vodka, and we got jalapeno pepper vodka. These choices are all bad.
You've got more too. I got more. I got bombshell gin. I got apple cider nonsense. I got because a patron donated. The box came today from. Let me make sure I get this right. Who dat golfer Ryan? He sent me a box of about 5 different things. So I got this. The pantry is full. But Butteridge, you win. So who do you want me to drink? You want me to drink the
jalapeno vodka? He says.
Oh, we got an upset. The jalapeno vodka. All right.
Malort still lives on.
Malort for next week.
I'm coming for who dat golfer. By the way, I had a lesson
today. We passed the goal.
The boys are still downstairs.
Wow.
Get them up here. Wait. Okay. When we're about ready to end, you better go get them up here. They're going to be disappointed if they're.
All right. Carson, Henry, Collins.
This is the big show.
In about 5 minutes, you guys come upstairs and wave to the camera.
All right. Now I'm more frightened.
How did you just communicate with them?
They're listening to the show.
I'm
drinking a blue moon. I'm drinking a blue moon light sky going low cal here. 95 cals.
This is good.
3.6 carbs.
You're a good dad drinking.
Gotta watch the figure.
I am afraid. I am officially more afraid of this than the Malort or whatever the hell it is. The jalapeno vodka. It's
vodka. What are you from? What are you from Massachusetts?
It's this far away from me. Yeah. I'm putting it to the camera so people can see it. I can smell the jalapeno.
You're not holding the label there.
Disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Who won? Is it Butteridge that's picking?
Butteridge.
Yes. What did he pick? Yeah. The jalapeno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
I think Butteridge actually sent me the.
No, the Wicker Man. Wicker sent this to you.
Oh, he touched the wire. He touched the wire.
He touched the wire. Jeez.
I think he should have to drink the Malort too.
Seriously, dude. Like, it's Prime Day. Buy a wire.
Why? Yeah. I just don't understand why after 12 years
just drink it. Just drink
we still have to use this shitty headphone.
What?
Go. Just go.
Go.
Just like, these are the best headphones we can find. If I was Ralph, I'd be more concerned about.
No. Head up.
I'd be more concerned. It almost froze on that.
I'd
be more concerned about like the heartburn.
What you drinking, that kid?
Wow.
Ralph, you okay, buddy?
His ass. Wow, this one kicked his ass.
Hey,
wow.
Vodka go down a little tough, that kid.
Is it? Come on, use words. This is a podcast. We need words.
I mean, here's
it spicy? Is it? What was it? What hit you first?
It felt like somebody took a blowtorch and just shot it down my throat. Like,
so it's like the spiciness makes it worse. Like you already have to deal with the alcohol.
Like it doesn't.
Kid.
It doesn't like, you know how some things are like, oh, it's spicy and it kind of ease into it. It's like, oh, it kind of builds. This one was like fire right down my throat.
This is like I just started watching Hot Ones. This is like we were doing our own version of Hot Ones here.
We should do that.
Well, we are. It's just Ralph is drinking.
A great show.
What?
I know. It's just Ralph is drinking. It's not, instead of hot pepper stuff, it's just Ralph drinking terrible alcohol.
Wicker Man, I like you like 10% less now. That was horrible. That was horrible. My wife can smell. You can smell it?
Yeah. Wow.
She can
permeating. Wow.
Come over here. My wife won't. She won't get on camera, but she's at least like 15 feet away from me, and she's like, I can smell the house. It's terrible.
If you donate another $100, Ralph's wife is gonna drink another one.
Ralph's wife is 15 feet away, so she's on the other side of the house.
That's right. Dave runs a 1,500 square foot shop. I'm in a 1,500 square foot shanty.
Yeah.
That was
1,500 square feet. Shit, I would love to have 1,500 square feet.
wow. That was terrible. Wicker Man.
You did a good job, man.
Yeah, well done.
Good job, Wicker.
Well done.
Don't feel bad.
Wicker
Don't
Man
feel
says,
bad.
I almost feel bad.
No. Drop the almost.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm totally discombobulated. Thomas, where are we? We have to do the last matchup, right? We have one more matchup to go.
Yeah,
You were in the
it.
middle of it.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
Yeah, I'm just going to make this quick. I know Andre Royal beat Saints players with a sack a quarter, detached Cam Cleveland's retina. Jeff Danish fell out of a second-story plate glass window.
He also left a picture in
Danny
Werfel's locker. Yep.
And so as much as I want to vote for Ditka, and he was terrible, and you should watch me and Kevin's distant replay of Saints-Bears 1997. It's amazing. It's fun. As much as I want to vote for Ditka, and Ditka was terrible, he had Heath Schuler, and all of it. His drafts were awful. Jared Tomich, Rob Kelly, the Ricky Williams debacle, all of it. When you beat a Saints player, and oh, by the way, Andrew, not only did he beat a Saints player with a sack of quarters, you could argue Cam Cleveland, when he did it, was the Saints' best receiver, and he detached the retina and cost the Saints big time. So I got to go Andre Royal.
I'm not only voting for Ditka, like the list is too long. I will repeat what I said last time I was on the show talking about Ditka, which is that it would be much shorter to pick his successes. Everything that he did was awful. And
what was Ditka's success? What was his success?
There is none.
He didn't spend
quitting.
He didn't spend the salary cap. So the Saints had cap space in 2000 because Ditka didn't like free agency. That's his success. Kevin, who do you pick?
I'm picking Ditka, man. Like Andre Royal's
not
a
even
clown,
a question.
but I gotta go Ditka.
Ditka.
Yeah, I'm
Dave.
picking Ditka. Yeah, just again, going back to my logic on the last round, Ditka's stupidity was far-reaching and permeated
The Big
more
Mike?
than just so. Mikey D.
I will say one of Tom Benson's great moves was stiffing Ditka after he fired him and not paying him. Way to go, Tom. So make it official, Thomas.
Make it official.
And the winner
wow, it
is
sounds like Mike
Ditka.
There we go. So we got a
All right.
final.
All right,
Sounds
Kevin.
like my
Hold
kid
on.
went to bed on time.
I'm gonna cede the floor here. I've got some visitors.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Kevin, get your hat and your skateboard there.
Wait a minute.
What's up, Kevin? Hi, Kevin.
What's up?
All right, wait. I know now. Wait, they can't hear us though. Can they hear us?
They can't hear you. Hold on.
Is that
Hold on.
what kind of jersey is that? Is it a PSG jersey?
Yeah. He's fresh
Hold on a
off of his,
second.
Cullen is fresh off his private tour of PSG
They
Stadium.
look nervous, man. They look
They
nervous.
look nervous. They do.
Okay, so we know Cullen in the middle there, but
Yeah,
which
they can't
one's,
hear you.
Which one's got like the
Enric?
Ferrari T-shirt or whatever that is?
Which one's Enric and which one's Karsten?
Ferrari? What do you mean?
Like a shield or something?
So what is their podcast name?
gotta
The
move the
name
chair,
is the key. The name is
Just
key.
wait.
Kevin and friends.
Just wait.
Just wave.
Well,
Just
this was-
wave. All right, beat
Well,
it.
that was disappointing.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Like a lot of things with
Way to
you.
go,
It
way
was
to go.
all disappointment.
Jesus, what a
The sun
got
never
hyped up
sets
over
on the
nothing.
Jewish Empire. Oh yeah, it is.
October said we all know their podcast is better. I mean,
Listen,
maybe, but
if
they can't.
got these. If they have even
they can't.
70% sound quality, they're better than us.
No. Dude, you can insult the hosts.
They have
But don't
12
insult
years.
the sound.
They have 12 years to hit their stride and get their shit together.
No, don't insult the sound quality. Thomas does an amazing job with the sound quality. That's why we have. That's one of the main reasons we have to. Thomas, in his 20-page manifesto.
If I
that he
only
did
could
to-
control you touching the cable, man.
That's right. Oh, and by the way, before we get to the mailbag, I want to say that we did a patron spotlight with Brennan, and he solved the mystery of why we dominated Malta for as long as we did. And
Allegedly. Juge has some qualms about this. I'm going to get another drink while you explain this, and then we'll discuss.
Well, because no, I'm not going to explain it. I want people to listen to the podcast. But Brennan, he was in the Navy, and he did a patron spotlight with me, and he had the experience of experience the no call at sea watching ESPN.com's Gamecast, and he explained why he thinks we were number one in Malta for 3 straight months. So I'm just saying that's another reason to sign up, become a patron. You get access to the Discord, commercial free. People really hate the commercials. I see that. I see the reviews on Apple. Sign up, support the podcast so we can keep doing fun stuff like this.
Well, Thomas, that was a disaster. I unplugged my laptop with my chair. And then I tried to unplug this so the kids could hear you, and it was an epic disaster. So anything you said, Kevin, I don't think they heard a word. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Hey, October says, do they pay you better? October is the more you donate, the more Thomas makes. I'm just gonna say that. So Thomas,
that's true.
Take it to the top, so we can get to the mailbag.
I'm gonna take it to the top, Rolf.
That jalapeno, it's just my throat is just, it's like whatever the opposite of throat coat is.
If you touch the wire again, you have to drink the Malort.
Finger guns, Thomas. What's next?
Okay, so many amazing questions tonight. Let's see the first one from the legend Saints Rabbit. He sent us like a million questions this season alone, like more than last year combined from everyone, I guess.
We did a mailbag. It was like all Saints Rabbit questions.
He's a very curious fella.
It'll post Thursday and Friday. We did a mailbag of 2. It was so big, it was 2 parts. It'll post Thursday, Friday. But what you got for us, Tom?
Yeah, Saints Rabbit can join us live, so he sends us the questions.
We haven't posted it instead.
Okay, first question from Saints Rabbit. Which is more powerful? Cam Jordan's good COVID, Charlie Sheen's Tiger Blood, or Kevin's Spirit?
Oh, this one's so good.
Can we get a sound bite? Make sure you clip yourself, Thomas, saying Spirit.
I mean,
is that a reference to the Plan B
Tomas,
story?
Check the timestamp on this.
I'm going with
I'm going with Kevin.
No, I'm going with Charlie Sheen's Tiger Blood. That was fun. I don't know if you guys remember that. This was like maybe what?
How could I forget?
2011, 2010. And I remember I was still a new owner of Campus Connection, and trucker hats were popular. And I was putting all of his stupid crazy, every day he was coming out with crazy, silly quotes. And I was printing them on neon pink trucker hats during Mardi Gras and selling the shit out of them. I had a lot of fun with Charlie Sheen. He was making me a lot of money, so I'm going with Tiger Blood.
I have, Kevin. I didn't tell you this on the behind the scenes podcast, but maybe I should have. I have 7 different people DMing me in the Discord demanding a Plan B T-shirt from Saints Happy Hour. They want a Plan B T-shirt. If we give you all the, if we do all the proceeds, would you?
Maybe we can get like Planned Parenthood as a sponsor.
That's touchy.
We have to just pick some. We have to pick a sensible organization to donate the money to. And if we do that, then yeah, we should do that.
If by sensible you mean Thomas's Meats and Cheeses Foundation, then yes. It's gotta be.
Plan B is banned in Poland, by the way. The only European country.
Wow.
Jesus.
Plan B is banned. Yeah, the only European country. Yeah.
Whatever. Your internet's better. Worth it.
That's right. True. That's true. Best in Europe, man.
Thomas, what's next?
All right,
who is the Saints player that they acquired through Plan B, Ralph?
Oh, a ton of people like Quinn Early.
Yeah.
It was Plan B was like the NFL just like pushing off free agency.
Yeah. I feel like there's a Plan B free agency / Kevin Plan B. Like there's a joke in there somewhere.
Wesley
Blending
Walls, I think, was playing.
blending those concepts together.
Tootie Robbins, maybe.
Well, there's a double entendre on a shirt waiting to happen.
It is.
Next question.
Okay, next question. The shortest question ever, I think, from the current MVP and Trivia Master Budrich. A baseball league question. Is Taysom similar to LA Angels Shohei Ohtani?
No.
He doesn't play defense.
Why not?
He would have to play
He'd
defense.
have to play defense.
And he'd also probably have to like punt or kick field goals or something.
Because Ohtani
The dude blocks kicks. He makes tackles on special teams. He returns kicks.
Yeah,
he throws the football. He catches the football. He blocks. He runs the football. Why? What? Now you need him to play safety and get a pick too?
Kind of.
He
It's
runs
pretty
receiving.
impressive what Ohtani
He
does.
runs receiving touchdowns too.
You guys are the worst, man.
Here's the thing. Here's the
Saints
reason.
fans hating on Taysom. You guys are the worst.
I love
Run for a
Taysom. but-
touchdown pass.
Here's the thing that why I love Taysom. And listen, Thomas, you're gonna have to redo the graphic.
Who
again.
did that? Who did that? Runs for a touchdown pass? Who did that?
Kevin.
That was Kevin.
But Thomas, you're gonna have to redo the graphic again. But I love Taysom because anytime we do Taysom graphics, the podcast, the downloads increase 30%.
Change the keywords.
To hell with these three guys, the answer is yes.
No,
But here's
because Andrew, to your point.
Ohtani.
No. Hold on, Ralph. Because to your point, Andrew, even if we all concede to the fact that yes, he does all of those things, he would have to do them at a MVP
That's right.
level, and like Ohtani does. Ohtani is doing all of these things on defense and as pitcher and hitting.
I've never seen Ohtani turn water into wine. Have you?
Ohtani is gonna get a 4-year, $300 million contract.
I know Ohtani doesn't.
Taysom's not getting
defense.
that.
I'm sorry, he's just a pitcher.
Ohtani-
and a hitter. I get that. But
Ohtani, come to the Astros. My wife will love you forever.
Ohtani can make your nipples stiff.
Yeah,
man.
he said he would rather be winning. He said he's not really crazy about losing.
That's right. Come to the Astros. We'll love you.
So I mean, that's the only argument is like if Taysom was doing all these things and he was doing it all of it at an MVP, if he was like the leading punt blocker and the leading receiver and the leading cute quarterback,
Let me ask you
then
something.
yes, but
What is the football position closest to pitcher?
Quarterback.
Okay, and then if you do a bunch of other stuff besides that,
yes.
Ralph, you touch the wire. Take the shot. Take the freaking shot. Take it
Open the
right now.
goddamn Malort.
Take the shot.
Open the goddamn
Take the shot
Malort.
now. Malort, now.
I didn't touch the wire.
What
but
movie
I'll-
is that?
touch
Take
the
shot.
wire.
Take the shot.
I'll do the black pepper.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Let's save the Malort. Let's make somebody. Let's get the 10,000 more.
You're not
bits.
getting the Malort for free.
Yeah.
You're not getting the Malort for free.
Yeah, we got to have some business sense here, G.
And I
know you don't run a 2,000 square foot shop.
I just want to say, other podcasts
You don't even know what Andrew does.
build
The
the
money
community.
just shows up in his bank account.
Listen, other podcasts struggle for content right now. We're doing this. Right? Ready? Ooh, this one scares me because it doesn't smell.
That's good. That's vodka's not supposed to smell, so that might be good.
You might be okay.
What brand is this?
This is Veal. V-E-I-L. V-E-I-L.
Veil.
Fail, like Colorado.
Distilled 5 times.
How does Ralph see VEIL and think veal?
He's an
I
idiot.
don't know.
I will say this, Ralph.
I
You
think
do have
Ralph
a nice
kind
full
of-
head of hair. You have a nice full head of hair.
Ralph really tries to play to his audience, I think.
I didn't play that. That wasn't worth
He drooled on his shirts. Can we zoom in on the enhance?
I think this one might have been worse than the jalapeno.
And he touched the wire.
Yeah. Wow.
He touched the wire.
You're gonna drink again,
Deselli,
man.
Oh Oh my God, that was.
Does Selly smell that one from across the room?
Jesus.
By the way,
Oh my
Wicker Man
God.
is the MVP. That's why you got a fathead of Wicker Man on the back of.
I got a fathead.
wall there. Good.
Dude, your eyes don't
We
look
appreciate
good,
you,
Ralph.
Wicker.
Can't even turn around.
I can't even turn around.
Are you okay?
No.
This is like
No.
hot ones. You need some milk.
That was the worst thing.
Milk was a bad choice.
That was
That was worse than the jalapeno?
worse than the jalapeno
Ringing ears,
because
blurred vision,
it.
the end approaches.
I can't even really describe it, but it's almost like the pepper. You could feel the pepper. Like it wasn't smooth. Like it had like pepper chunks or something.
Oh! There was like legit pepper flakes in there.
Like yeah.
It was like Goldschlagers, but
black
like
pepper?
It's like
Black
Goldschlager, but with pepper. Like
Ugh.
freaking
pepper
abom-
schlagers.
A pepper schlager, like an abomination. And like, if we go 20 more minutes, I may throw up.
I could go.
I have
20
had
minutes.
no dinner.
All right, sounds like we're going 21 minutes.
Andrew's like, I got to get out of here early. I got to go to bed. But then he's like, Ralph might vomit. Oh, I'm up. We'll
I'm good.
We'll go.
Keep it
We'll
going.
go.
Keep it rolling.
Well, not Heath Schuler has a good point. What happens if you vomit on the wire? Does that fuck up the sound?
Probably not.
Maybe
it
that's
probably will work.
man.
It'll work
That's
better
a
than
fix.
it's ever worked.
Can you imagine, Kevin?
Meanwhile, also, by the way, you're also you're also washing all of this down with a honey mead.
This is a honey mead.
Your stomach, like, are you even human? Like, what the hell? Like, I can drink some shit, and you put me to shame, bro. Like, I get so much shit from my family and my wife and like people, my friends. Like, when I drink around people, they're like, "How do you do this?" Like, and then I'm eating candy, and they're all like making it's like a constant Dave roast. But like, you are like, this is like.
I'm like, here's the thing. Like
Crazy.
I don't
Washing
like,
it down with a honey mead.
my liver died 5 years ago. Like y'all don't, Dave. I go through.
You got that, Joe? Get him.
Whatever
And
the biggest.
I think there literally may be a small dog living inside of Ralph that actually needs to be satiated on a regular basis.
Whatever.
That's the only explanation I could come up with.
When
how he's drinking all of this.
when
shit.
I used to drink the honey, when I used to drink honey Jack Daniels, whatever the big like liter one is, I would drink one of those every 3 weeks for St.
Ralph has drool on his sleeve and under his chin right now. I mean, he is just.
I mean, listen.
Selly's the real MVP here.
It's unbelievable.
I want to say,
That's the story here. Is fucking Selly's the fucking MVP.
listen. If there is a
You go home. You go to bed after this podcast and you hold her extra tight tonight. All right.
Sorry, if you
Close to the drool.
if there is
After
a
the wash
liquor,
Give
shirt,
it the Kevin treatment, man.
if there's a liquor store,
Maybe go shirtless like Max.
maybe. I'm just saying, as a podcast, if you sponsor us, if a liquor company or liquor specific one would sponsor us, they know that we support the product. I'm just saying. It's people say, "Oh, it's an act. You say, oh, you drink all this stuff on Twitter." No, I just did black pepper vodka, jalapeno vodka, and I'm drinking mead. And I mean, I wouldn't drive, but I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. So like, you know,
if you're on the Patreon, you'll get to see Ralph's toilet tomorrow too.
it's right.
You already get special access to that.
The commode tier. The commode tier. Thomas, this is another peek behind the scenes. I tasked Thomas. I was like, Thomas, we need to create a better Patreon experience for the patrons. We need to give them more product. We need to give them more stuff so they get more value for their money. Thomas, commode tier. Put that in your notes.
Right. Instead, we've got them spending money and sending us terrible alcohol.
I feel like we need Jonathan Sullivan on this show, and he and Ralph need to have a drink off of who can handle the most disgusting thing.
The Wicker Man said, "Send
a
this
buffet of weird liquors, so to speak."
Wicker Man just said, "Send this one in for the awards." Holy shit!
Yeah.
the wire.
Yeah.
Probably. Listen, when other podcasts, they just could have limp to training camp. That's when we're at our fucking peak. Just saying. Tom,
we spent 5 minutes on the nerd that the Saints hired. Ross Jackson spends 30 minutes on that guy.
Yeah.
That's right. Thomas got the MVP ticker. That's why you need to do live stream. MVP ticker, Butteridge, 6,500 bits. Thomas, what's the next in the question? I
think we've got enough of the question segment.
We got kids watching in my basement, Ralph. Come on.
Yeah, we're good to
Pull
go.
together.
When we're the worst, we're at our best.
That's right.
That's a good shirt.
Yeah.
That's a good slogan.
Yeah.
Not the Heath Schuler says, Ralph, this is special. This is like.
Yep. If there's one word to describe Ralph,
special.
That's right. Special.
And think of it.
He's got the handicap sticker to boot.
I'm scared of the Malort. Like the Malort.
Everybody. Next week.
It can't
of Ralph next week.
It can't be any worse than black pepper vodka.
So I will tell you, I was looking this up earlier, and again, I don't know why Malort has become so popular recently, and maybe it's actually because it was like recently sold to a new company. Maybe they've been doing some kind of like underground marketing,
social media,
like Jägermeister did or whatever, or Fireball did. But anyway, Malort is like, it's like exclusive to Chicago. Like only Chicagoland people know Malort, except for now that it's become popular. But it's a Malort is it literally means moth herb. So you got that going.
Oh my god!
It might taste like a moth. But it's the Swedish word for wormwood, so it's wormwood, which I thought was also what was in wormwood. I thought was what was the secret ingredient.
Absinthe.
Yes, and absinthe also. So yes,
I've done.
Anyway, it's gonna be.
Isn't
you've done abstinence, Ralph? You've done abstinence because I can assure you, You have not done abstinence.
I have children. I can't. Abstinence.
You have one child. You don't have children. You have one child.
Children.
Yeah. I want to congratulate Jason Champagne for winning the chat tonight. His most recent comment takes the cake, and he shut it down. He's won. He says tonight's show is better than any Less East column, hands down.
Weird. That's rude. That's really mean. And by the way,
but are any of Ralph's columns better than Less East columns?
They're not.
Because that's the problem.
Not.
That's the question. We're not going up against Less East column. We're going up against other podcasts.
Did you turn in any of your columns?
I turned in 4 columns. I got nothing. They sent out the email like saying, "Hey,
you're in the running.
You're in the running to win."
You are not even in the running.
And I'm not even in the running.
Okay. All right.
My writing is as weak as my left hand grip strength.
Yeah, that tracks. But anyway, the
podcast, however, is in the mix. We're in the mix.
They're in the mix. We're in the mix.
2 years. Don't call it dynasty. But anyway, that Malort, it should taste very bitter, and it's notorious for being absolutely terrible, and nobody even knows why it exists. Like
what?
Nobody drinks Malort except for random weird people, I guess.
Ralph is random and weird, so it's perfect.
There you go.
Perfect. I like that.
There you go. So, Thomas, we're done with questions.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, give us a recap of the MVP.
Okay, before
celebrate everybody.
Before I announce the MVP, thanks to Wickerman for additional 200 bits, and the MVP of this episode for the second time ever this off-season is Butteridge with 6,500 bits.
Wow. I really should have ate dinner.
I haven't eaten dinner either, actually. Ralph, it's funny. My wife went to dinner with friends, and she fed the kids, and she said, "You're on your own," and which means I just didn't eat. So,
what? You don't have a bag of candy handy?
That's right.
I don't, and that would
pounding
not be
Sour
good.
Patch.
I was eating. I don't know if you caught it. I was eating a few little pocket-sized salamis, but that's not a euphemism. They were literally salamis that were.
Dave was eating salami.
This is.
But anyway, I haven't really had dinner.
Pocket size salami.
Dinner. Also, did you see? I want to give a shout out to my bestest friend Paul Bednar's from home, who put together. Did you see the photo? I have my family with George Costanza in the background that I posted on Facebook.
Yes.
That was the highlight of my year when he sent me that photo.
This is how drunk I am. The mouse on my computer is moving.
The mouse,
and I'm not touching the pad. That's how
you're using the force. You're using the force.
That's how drunk I am right now. Yeah. So, are we, Thomas? Are we pretty much done tonight?
I mean, yes, I want to give a tally of everyone who supported the show.
Do the honor roll.
Thanks to the Wicker Man, to Jason Champagne, to Muncio, to Mike Bagger, to Octoberisk, Not Heap Schuler, the second place, and of course the MVP, Budrich.
You didn't mention me. I was on there, wasn't I?
And Andrew. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
come on.
Yeah.
I donated 200
The
bits.
sun never sets on the Jewish Empire.
There you go, man. Saving you for last.
I love how frequently you drop that one. It's
right.
Terrific.
It's great.
Irish Kevin never gets old.
Kevin.
It's the best. We went an hour and 30 minutes, and the Saints had like barely no news in July.
Why do we do this?
July. I can't imagine.
Because we love our listeners.
We love our listeners.
And you're also going to get like a 10-minute behind-the-scenes podcast out of this between what we were talking about earlier and assuredly what we're about to discuss after the microphones cut off here.
After Rolf touches his wire.
You touched the wire.
I hit the wire again. I hit the wire
again.
Thomas, play the music. We got to get out.
Come on.
Thomas, play the music. We got to get out. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the show.
Why the wire works.
So, thanks for supporting Saints Happy Hour. Please go to saintshappyhour.com. Become a patron and support the show. We can't do this without you guys. Thanks to Dave. Thanks to Andrew. Thanks for Kevin. Thanks to Thomas, the best producer on earth, running the show back in Poland. He gets up at like 4 a.m. to do this show, just so you know. Remember, kids, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, support the one that wins awards. And until next week, or next time, the bar is closed.